Good morning, everybody. It's me, Shad, Polynerdic, back with some Disco Elysium this morning. I feel the onset of something. I'm hoping I'm not sick. My 18-year-old was sick all week, and I largely avoided picking it up. But I'm congested a little bit more than usual today, and a little itchy in the throat. So here's hoping the hot coffee will just rinse that down, and the stomach acid will kill it, right? Because that's how it works. Anyway, Disco Elysium loading in. It's been about a week since we played this last, so let's get into it. As always, like, follow, subscribe. You know the drill. You're on YouTube. You know how the internet works. So we know this will be fixed in a couple days, but we are super short of the money. And I don't think there was a way to actually get the fucking money you need. Because it's 21:53. Forgot I have to highlight.
The tear machine stands in the corner. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You
Man. Simply do not have the cash. If I remember correctly, the space is closed. We can't. Can we get in through the window? Possibly. No, that would make too much sense. He's got nothing to say. That's frustrating. I don't know how we're going to end the day when we can't sleep.
Yes?
We seem to be at an impasse.
You see a heavy steel door.
Can I help you? Yes. Have you got it? A lot. A lot. For a lot. A lot. Yes.
Hello again, sweetie.
God damn it. I don't know what to do. Time moves rather slowly in this game. wonder how we get up there. If we can, even. Alright. So this wasn't the answer. Fuck those kids. Can't get in there. Mattress is flipped up there. There's a bed. I could use that, theoretically. Do not know what to do about the sleep factor here. Probably should have figured this out before I started recording. You know? Yep, night is falling on the city. Why is it? I have a crowbar. Let me pry a door open, damn it. I need to break in so I can sleep.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number. This door
Drives me nuts that shit gets locked.
Padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says number 11.
Maybe it'll get unlocked if I put the right tool in hand, huh?
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says number 11.
It's horseshit that you can't keep doing it. Especially with the way this game's dice system works in comparison to Baldur's Gate. I need somewhere to sleep. That or like $80 real.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I am sorry. It just doesn't come out of your...
Excuse me? Of course.
Fuck, it's locked. God damn it. Had a 92% success and still failed it. The dice rolls in this game are frustrating.
That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question. Better not tie the force.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
Whole 2 minutes have passed. Kim, I don't know what to do, man. I don't want to spend any coin. Trying so hard to build it up.
The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making you forget the lieutenant's surname.
Where? There? Those are old. These bullets were fired during the Revolution, over half a century ago. They do not warrant investigation. Not much. I don't have a fresh perspective on it.
Can I sleep on the bench?
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench.
We can sit on benches.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when detected.
Yes?
we're back down here again.
The woman still has her eyes fixed. No response. Wherever the... A lorry stuck in the windows are clear. They've been recently washed. The back end of the...
Racist, nationalist, paraphernalia.
I can't get through there. I don't like that ringing noise that I know is 100% part of the game. But good lord, is it annoying.
You're back before the cargo container.
Persuade
Its
the door.
draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have... You attempt to turn the handle. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Yes.
In fact, I gotta turn that down. I don't know why this game has that as a sound effect. It's fucking annoying. I need money. Pay my debts, honestly.
Container, I'll turn you night. Container.
That's Everett's office. Woohoo, big money. I don't know when Lieutenant Kim leaves, but once he does, my ass is sleeping on the bench. Hello. You want up? Come on. Here he comes. Come on. Come on, Omar. No? You changed your mind? Okay. He changed his mind.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you now? Yeah, the janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole. Like I said before, I don't know much about this weasel, but the bossman said he's a real piece of work. Thanks for helping out, friend. The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing? That's so. I haven't heard anything about that. But if that's true, well, he was an enemy combatant. He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to... I ain't the murdering type. but that's just me. Large...
Understood. This has been of limited use.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search.
Over here, we're having. That's the racist lorry driver. That's his cab. Kim needs to talk.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year. You should take care of that, then. Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleep.
Though he finds this situation frustrating, he is...
Okay, cool. Maybe we'll finally figure this out. Can't go in that way.
Can I help you? Yes. Have you got it? Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
After everything I've been through.
Game? Everything is just a game to you, isn't it? Good luck trying to use it. All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key will open the lock. Not until you bring me the...
Okay. I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
I really didn't want to resort to this. The man...
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
Sorry about the refrigerator noise.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect...
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable.
I confiscated this for a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners.
Yeah, I got spinners. Confiscated them.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help.
Yes, we'd like to sell these hubcaps.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them.
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump?
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
Of course. I meant no offense. 200...
Thank you. Here's the 130 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
The windfall is a small...
Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, Pat. You said you'd done it before.
It's almost... The lieutenant steps up. Go ahead then, he thinks. As long as you can walk straight, I don't care.
Here you go, man.
Yes, darling. That's the coalition government ordained Parolidon. Not so sure about this.
I respect your decision, officer.
Yeah, that was an accident. I didn't mean to try to take drugs. That's funny. Like, oops. Alright, now we got the money. Nice of the game to have me panicking about it for a half hour. How long have we been playing? 25 minutes. Fully 20 of which I've been fretting. How am I gonna sleep? Got your money. Let me have my room back, please.
Can I help you? Yes. Well? Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow.
He's not sorry about his behavior for your sake. Now that you have money, he really wants to make sure you're not angry with him.
The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. And
Bedtime. Kim's gonna take the middle room, I bet.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Debrief.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic.
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here? Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approached. Our inspection could have been more thorough, as it always can. But we have some leads we can follow. The body is still hanging from that tree, which is unfortunate.
He is not particularly satisfied with your progress, but he doesn't want you to feel completely discouraged. Probably out of fear that you'll just give up and keep drinking.
As for the interviews, we conducted an interview with Everard Clare. He wasn't particularly forthcoming with useful information, however. Claire also helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief. Moving on. We talked to Joyce Messier, but didn't get any information from her. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation is. Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a...
I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until you get up tomorrow.
I don't know why I do the things
It's
I do.
impressive, to say the least. For a man your age, especially. Those are some stylish shoes too, by the way. Those loafers. Must be hard to run into like you do. They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Rebel Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule. The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Rebel. Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM. We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station closely. It prevents confusion and overcrowding. You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
When power calls you, you come. But power itself is a fragile trick of perception.
Man, I can just see. There we go. Much quieter without the refrigerator making
We
its
are
racket.
permitted to use whatever force we deem necessary, even lethal. That's an improbability. Perhaps it...
Of course you've killed people. It's somewhere down there, melting in all the drink.
Perhaps. But Precinct 41 is known for a higher than average rate of kills.
He's not judging you. He's respectfully acknowledging the difficulty of working in your precinct.
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Courron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them. the coalition government, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM. Be sentimental if you like. Either way, the moral intern Lysis has the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it. The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed. They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations. What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats. Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Train's very loud too.
Something ominous. Something even a little feminine, but in a strict manner.
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject...
For you, she is something painful.
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
It is more than that. There's some kind of affection in him.
Yes, I did, when I was younger. In my 20s, I considered myself a moralist. A blue forget-me-not, a piece of the sky. They're not all that bad. But the years have changed that. I don't know what I believe in now. No, I believe in the RCM. Do you?
This one. Christ. Men are turning into women.
No. We are stooges of the world's biggest bourgeois organization, protecting the people of Revachol. That's the hand we were dealt. Without the MI, we would be common vigilantes. Sadly, it is what we already are to the people of Martinez. Most of them, at least, especially the Union. Vigilantes. I expect our job here to prove quite...
The lights of the orphan district are reflected in his glasses. The red and golden orbs of the motorway sliding like pearls on a string, from east to west, as Revachol commutes back to the suburbs. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Monday is over. The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different inland, in Jamrock and the GRIH. It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our two precincts. We run this city. West of the river is RCM land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
Night. Captain Ptolemy Price steps into the yard. A piebald horse waits by the motor carriage, chewing oats out of an oat bag. Seagulls fly overhead. The sky is black. Captain Price wears a black suit and a standard patrol coat as he mounts the horse to head home. Rows of houses on either side, hunching over the sidewalks, and Precinct 41 with its dome roof growing distant. Around him, the streets are silent. A kid on the corner waves at the captain as he takes the turn on Petition and Main. The horse neighs. The captain nods back. Thanks, kid, he thinks. He's grateful.
Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes. Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
Just carrying around a crowbar and a plastic bag full of bottles.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful. The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep doesn't come. Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening. Maybe it's the bed's fault. Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it? Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep, and images start forming.
It's a dream. A disco ball and me.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood? What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the question. Do you remember your wife's hand on your face? That's right, funky baby. And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on your dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours? No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed, Elysium. Everything. The Pale and the Islas. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up. No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do. Even in your dreams. And the act is wearing thin. The spots of the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time. Sweating up the bed. Stinky boy. You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding? You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new. Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep, but time to go to work in the shit factory.
The wild dream. Hey, my health went up.
Good going, buddy. Oh, just a dream. You have ones like that all the time. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night. You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't... It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself. Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Suit yourself, slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark.
Hey, they're in there now.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The Union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer men who drink beer for breakfast. I have no doubt these are the Hardy Boys Evra told us about. The ones who keep the peace around here. And the big one must be Hardy himself. I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. One loose thread less to worry about. And one more thing before...
Good. A power move. But aren't you curious to...
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but...
How could anyone forget, asshole?
Just a moment. And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you.
The lady is distressed. Perhaps something more upbeat might cheer her up.
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping the union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or the manager was vague about it. To let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
You hear that? Someone's missing. There could be foul play. That's right. Now skip the foreplay. Time to dive. Doing some good will alleviate the hangover. At least you're of use to someone.
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
Is he actually an adventurer?
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it, somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in rags.
You have more important things to worry about. Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps.
Probably the broken lock.
He said they'd be back on Monday.
The water lock, that was broken. Could this be it?
Oh my. What happened to the water lock? Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you.
You're welcome.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you...
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the... Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie. Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways...
Of course, dear.
Let me handle this.
You seem a little different today.
You are far from home, Lieutenant. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen.
Not a muscle moves in her face, but her eyes trace yours, stern and perceptive.
You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview him. That's Titus. Talk to him, but know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong...
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest. If
Yeah, damn straight, dude.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers. We've talked to Everard Clare. We know who these men are. The Union's militant wing.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. Look, a comedian. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of my... Obviously, I'm a lawyer. A legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. I would urge...
This is where you say your bit.
He's used to giving orders and having them obeyed immediately. You should not indulge him.
Detective.
Precinct 57's finest scans the room, leaving the speaking to you. He trusts you. Maybe against his better judgment, but he does.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
What, is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
We're looking for Titus Hardy.
Wow. The RCM sent us some big dick cops.
Real big dick cops. Look at them. Reckless. Swinging in the wind.
Yeah, look at the big dick on that cop. Can't tell a dick that big what to do.
Must be something in the water in Jamrock.
Yeah, gave him real nice big dicks.
Yeah. Anyways.
Even he's like, wow, that's enough.
You might want to start asking your questions now.
These guys are so macho, they're ready to confess to first-degree murder. Ask if it was them.
So, you're not just here to swing your big dick. You're here for the pretty boy. A real looker, that one. Stinks like shit, too.
They couldn't get him down, boss. He's still up there, stinking up the place.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Evrard? And what did he tell you? That we killed him? That we took a cargo belt from the harbor, went out back, and used it to hang him? Because we did. All of us together. I hope he told the story straight. I hope he told it well. Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time.
They're playing to their considerable strength in numbers. Don't talk about arresting them. You'll only bring attention to your inability to do so.
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
But you see, a lawman, is something people agree upon. And here in Martinez, we agreed that this man had to die.
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
Titus, keep addressing him. He wants everyone to know he's in charge.
Who do you fucking think does?
That's right, asshole. Titus Hardy runs the Hardy Boys. Ain't that so, fellas?
I think you got your answer, Mr. Law.
No. You did not get an answer. Titus does administrative work. He pushes paper, fills out forms. The others can't read. But on that night, they all acted as one man. You don't have to keep answering his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end.
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier, the representative for White Pines? The same company you're striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what? Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last question.
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town. And he stepped out of line.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
This one has a special gripe with him coming here.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara. Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
There's a slight unease in him, suddenly. He regrets mentioning the rape.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. And that was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah, this girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got around. Aren't you fucking listening?
No, you're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter, and I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
Despite the stonewalling, you can slip one more question in.
Titus, do not answer. You have been forthcoming enough.
Fuck off, Carl. She's gone through enough without you harassing her too. She does.
What are you talking about? Embarrassment. If someone has been sexually assaulted, we need to...
What you need is to get the fuck out of my face. I've had enough of explaining myself.
As you can see, these men can only take so much baseless scrutiny. I'm doing my best to keep the situation civil, but...
It won't be for long, she means. It's true. She was the only thing holding him back.
Nothing. Your investigation here is done.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is...
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials.
I truly don't understand how 7 men can't be arrested for the same crime. That part feels a little flimsy to me.
Rent-a-cop. So that's what this is about. He doesn't see you as his equals. Forget about their games. You've mapped out the characters. Reading the footprints in the yard should be easier now.
Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy, and now she...
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You're gonna go and tell on us?
Yeah, I heard him. Now fuck do you think I'm doing here? You'd have your ass handed to you if it wasn't for the boss man's word. Let me state this very clearly, capo. Hello, officer. I'm Titus Hardy, and these are my boys. Hardy boys. How may we assist you?
Explosive laughter follows. To his men, Titus Hardy is a golden god. They want to laugh at his jokes even before they leave his lips. This guy is a born leader.
No. I's here. You got business with my boys. You got business with me.
He understood what you were doing, taking inventory of them. Now watch the other guys fuck it up by falling out of line.
Yeah! You fuck with the Hardy boys, you fuck with Titus Hardy!
Yes, falling out of line to please him. This is the best kind. And now this guy is going to...
Relax, Dennis. No one is fucking you yet.
use it to take a dig at his friend. Floodgates open.
Yeah, Dennis, calm down. No one's fucking you, you stupid fuck.
Let Dennis enjoy his fucking, man. We don't mind.
This one knows how to keep things going. He's a hothead, but not one to be taken lightly. The last one is a bit of a black sheep.
Yeah, you're not even being fucked, Dennis.
Easy, fellas. We got company. Let's see what brings the cop around.
Too late. You already got a pretty good picture of these guys. You can use this. You could take another look at the tracks in the yard. See if they fit with the characters here. It could be incredible.
That was something.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Wow, still not doing it. You're bad at this. Maybe you keep failing because you suck. Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails all over the yard. Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes.
Yes?
God damn it.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and white boots. His skin is marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. On his chest,
Yes, we do.
Yes? Hello? Me? No one.
She doesn't really want to be disturbed. If she's such a working class woman,
This was a tremendous...
Kim, don't be smart. Don't be snarky at me. So we have until 2100 before we can interview the dude that was smoking.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets. I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbor. There's a 2-meter 20 racist behemoth blocking the gates. Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike?
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive. Mr. Clare told him to... how did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
sounds like usual aggressive posturing.
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh, every worker, a member of the board.
She nods.
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least.
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first. Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother,
He has a
Edgar.
twin brother, what?
Yes. Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' due. The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections.
The brothers Claire came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
A mob. The debardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, we are forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother. And your opinion, detective? If I may ask. I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Debardeurs Union is... Of course, officer. I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Ever. End of story. Indeed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Of course. How else can I help? It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff. Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut. Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrart and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link. The lorries. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbor into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they are vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still... I'll be explicit. If you find this driver...
You'll be indebted to her, in a way. But one step ahead of the Union in another.
How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can precisely. Smuggled out of that very...
It sounds like she tried looking into it herself, but she's simply nods. Mazovian socio-economics. 0.000% of communism has been built. Evil child-murdering billionaires still rule the world with a shit-eating grin. All he has managed to do is make himself sad. He is starting to suspect Krasmezov fucked him over personally with his socio-economic theory. It has, however, made him into a very smart boy with something like a university degree in truth. Instead of building communism, he now builds a precise model of this grotesque, duplicitous world.
Oh, I still can't forget it yet. I like the comment during the debriefing about the amount of running around we do. We run a lot. Oh, wait. Nope, can't get it. It's just set dressing.
A rusting control panel. This panel usually closes the... You pull the lever, or nothing happens. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality?
There was a sign. I was just being stubborn. Hoping it got done early.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Sure, let me have a look. Another time, perhaps.
Shit, I never sold it. I had it this whole time. Should have totally given it to her.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again. I hope you were able to pawn that old trinket. Oh, thank you, dear. I confess I am glad to see it again.
Even the lieutenant seems happy with...
Now, what else, sweetie?
So talk to Everett Clare.
Looking for something? Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on apples. Yeah, apples?
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested. The woman still has no response. No response. No response.
pathing in this game's weird. It really is.
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up? Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Time to arrest him.
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. They usually get shipped to Grodd and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately. Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road. This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery? Neat. For carrying large quantities of cargo a long distance. These found tracksuits need to find their way to the kids.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long in this lorry. The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm. In his eyes, an unfamiliar longing. Flecks of brown and gold. It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest. The road continues for miles, flowing together with other roads, turning into causeways or bridges, ending suddenly in dead ends, or ramping up or down above the Jamrock Quarter in the form of a raised motorway, and then the never-ending sprawl of Forburg, high above buildings, new and old, the air filled with the rumble of motor engines. To the old south, to the farthest outskirts of Revachol, through the checkered fields of farmland, upstream to the river Esperance, past Montmartin. The border approaches. You cannot see. It's out of the city. Up ahead, the mist blocks all sight. A gale blows across your cheeks. It is cold. Before you stands a tall lorry driver.
Excuse me? Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. There's no helping in absence, you know?
I like that line.
I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am stuck in this shit, so far from home. Diora of the Seven Seas. It's on the other end of Le Caillou, pretty much. On another island called Laurentide, off mainland. We've got a little place there. Can almost hear my kid laugh when it snows. What's it like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them. It comforts me. What about you, Cop Man? You missing someone?
Is that what it is? This feeling? No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow, and the past.
I feel for you, my friend. It's bad enough to know who you miss. Missing like that doesn't feel like it has much of an upside. But, thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone, and I know it wasn't easy to ask. I hope you find your way through your own troubles.
Everything's still cool here, officer. Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business. Very sharp, officer. I'm Serais, from the Sigai province of the Serais Empire. The apricot suzerainty, you know?
The apricot suzerainty is what the Sigai archipelago is commonly known as in Revachol. It's a bit of a fraught term, I'm sure you understand.
No, apricots come from Sigai. My grandma used to grow them. But Sigai is a shithole. That's why I came to Revachol. Here's much better for an independent entrepreneur. Less laws. Speaking of, why not support an independent local entrepreneur? I send half my profits back to my grandma in Seaguy.
This fella is suspicious.
Well, if it's for his grandma, you should buy a lot of things.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes, keep saving that economy. The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
No luck.
Oh, that visor is perfect for you, officer. It definitely. You don't like it? Sure, Square Joe. No problem.
These are all...
These are all first-rate sunglasses.
No. Okay. Now I guess we have no choice. We gotta talk to Everett. I bet two of the same guy. God, that weird buzzing noise is back again. Game could really benefit from some fast travel.
Mr. Dubois, I hear the meeting with Titus was a glowing success. That's such a relief. Titus can be a handful sometimes. Now, what can Everett Clare do for you today? Most certainly, Harry. Nothing brightens my day like brainstorming these things with you. Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind. Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
Separate one from the herd.
Oh, that would definitely be Fat Angus. His feet smell from a city block away, and he's always having noisy stomach troubles. Horrible, revolting guy.
I have noisy stomach troubles. I take exception to that, sir.
You would die, Harry. You would die, and in the process start a bloody and completely unnecessary war between the Debarders Union and the Citizens Militia.
That severe, huh?
Angus, his ever-growling stomach, and his smelly feet are all part of the Union. You have as much right to arrest him as I have to arrest your partner here. Actually, less, because this is my hometown, my territory, and my backyard. You are a guest here, Harry. Please remember that.
I feel threatened.
Oh, Harry. This is getting real grim, and there's no need for that. We are friends. But of course, it's the least I can do for my good...
You can now go and tell Titus about this. See what he has to say.
By all means, Harry. What's on... My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
You smooth-talking son of a bitch.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
You smooth-talking son of a bitch. That's me, smooth-talking. That's what I'm known for. Always been called a smooth talker. Man, it's only 9 in the morning.
Before the cargo container. Its drawer has not and as it's always been. No reply. No reply. You attempt to your left. The lieutenant considers your actions.
You smooth-talking son of a bitch. That's like the way that sounded. I truly don't believe this game has any sort of fast
The
travel.
already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you as you pick up. The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move.
Oops.
The already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you. It's unclear whether you actually have muscle memory. Undoubtedly. Sure, why not? Nothing tricky about that.
Dude, your boss says you cooperate. I'm in dead. And we're all kind of fucked. Money isn't even real. Titus, I need to speak at you.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Not enough for me to feel safe.
I've got nothing to say to you. Obviously, I'm a lawyer, a legal counselor for the dock workers. What you want is of no significance.
I saw what you were thinking. You want to say, what are you going to do to me? Don't. You will not lose out on anything good by not...
Alright, you know what? I think I am ready to move on to another game this morning. We're gonna slowly roll out Disco Elysium, I think. Because it is a slow rolling game. Make sure I do this right. Saving, there we go. Shutting it down. This game has the opposite problem I find with most games with a accounting clock, is that the time moves so much slower than it needs to. We got a new cozy game coming tomorrow. Anyway, thank you for watching, and like, follow, subscribe. Check out the next video that we put up. Give us a sub over on Twitch if you don't mind. I don't live stream over there currently because of internet issues, but I do appreciate it if you do, because I can get paid there. I can't get paid here on YouTube. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.